Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another recording of DmC Devil May Cry. Let us continue. Mission 2, Home Truth. So from this menu, it's showing us the things that we can have, like, by default. No, it's also showing us like all the lost souls, all the secret doors, all the keys. So it seems like we're gonna need a specific to find a silver key in every level. If we go back to, well, I guess I can't go to mission select from this one. But so we know there's two doors, and we need the two keys for two doors, and we know that there is 369 lost souls. Skins and perks don't seem to change, so we can go through the whole game in some other different way. I don't see any real reason why I'd want to play any of these characters. None of their outfits are that unique or appealing to me, so I think the standard is the most realistic. The classic Dante, if I had any love for classic Dante, would be probably what I wanted to play then. The Dark Dante or the Neo Dante, I don't see any reason why I would want to play it as that. And we can go to the shop, and the shop's the same though. We could just buy more items, and the only thing we really want to buy right now are the health increases. And that kind of goes to say we don't need anything, because if we buy health upgrades, we are moving along the lines of thinking that we're going to actually get hit, and that's not how this game works. This game is all about not taking damage at all throughout the entire mission. So I want to get it just so I don't die, but in reality, it's not something a goal to work to. Now, I don't believe there is actually a way you could go through the whole game without seeing any of the, like, screens that wrap up your
Welcome to the order.
Not what I was expecting.
That's the idea.
So there's...
The demons are amongst us, Dante. They are enslaving mankind. The world is asleep, brainwashed, and helpless. We're fighting back. We're a small handful of freedom fighters. We are the last and only line of defense.
Defense? You got no chance.
We don't leave things to chance. We've accumulated vast intelligence on the demons and their collaborators. World leaders, bankers, pop stars. We can hit them where it hurts.
Dante, it really is you. You don't remember me?
No.
How much of your childhood do you remember?
Not much. I had meningitis when I was 7. Wiped my memory. Why?
They told me I had a car accident that resulted in total amnesia. Age? 7.
Your point?
Well, meningitis is a human affliction. You are not human, Dante. All war is fought with deception, and you have been deceived. Your past has been hidden from you for a reason.
Rewind a bit. Who are you again?
My name is Vergil. I established the Order to help find a way to fight the demons.
Besides swords and bullets, you mean?
Such weapons can win battles, but not the war. We use force, yes, but we also use intelligence, politics, propaganda.
You really believe you can make a dent?
Make a dent? With the two of us working together, I believe that we can defeat them.
So that's what this is about. You need me to fight the demons, help you save the world.
What else were you planning on doing with your life?
You guys do seem really nice, but I'm more of a loner type. Trust issues, work alone, that kind of thing.
Dante, I don't think you understand what is at stake.
If you want to leave, turn your back on me, I'm powerless to stop you. But you'll be making a grave mistake. Not just for yourself, but for mankind.
For mankind?
Yes.
What makes you think I give a shit?
Please give me a chance to show you
Show me what?
who you really are.
So, you can't go through the whole story of this game without seeing the summation scenes. I don't believe. I didn't see anything in the options. I'll go back at some point and check. And they're trying to do a story here. They started off really hardcore, you might call it. In there's
This was your home.
showing Dante as
I don't remember it.
You will.
mostly a frat boy type
Cat,
person.
open the gateway.
I'm a little afraid that I might actually be playing DLC right now.
What are you doing?
Our world and Limbo are very closely superpositioned. They collide in places causing what we call rifts. It's here, in the rifts, that we can create gateways to and from Limbo.
Doesn't smell too good. What's in the can?
A compound I created based on an old Wiccan recipe. Sea salt, shark oil, iron shavings, desiccated squirrel semen, wolf hair.
Good stuff.
Go ahead. The house holds secrets. I found mine. Now it's your turn.
How'll I get back?
We'll take care of that. Just be careful. It can get rough in there.
I like it rough.
Is this really going to work? He doesn't seem to care.
He's raw. Just like you were when I first found you.
So you can see Vergil and the other girl. Did she say what her name was? Yeah, I don't recall. This sound is strange. I think it's intentional, but it's playing backwards. Getting some slight jitteriness, I feel like, too, that I think is intentional.
So this was my home. Well, show me your secrets.
So for this style of game, it would be a little dull if we don't get into a fight pretty soon. Looks like we can go down here just fine. But I don't believe I can jump upward from from that location, so this might very well be just a one-way return path. Which we saw that gate in the previous mission and didn't use it. Which is like confusing. Would there be something behind this? Nope. Running into an invisible wall stopping us. Well, geez, I'm surprised something didn't attack me right then. So maybe this is still, since it's a tutorial, an early level, maybe this is just a tutorial level into just man, I cannot hit that at all. This may just be our exploration tutorial level. Just learn about wandering around and looking. That's a safe spot. So if we see a safe spot, we know that's probably the right direction. And it is my motto to always go the wrong direction before you go the right direction. Yeah, the sword does take him out a little bit. We've got a key. Now, what I would do on development of this level is, since we're taking a moment to wander around an area that's empty, I would suspect that eventually the areas will stop being empty. And we'll have to run back through this whole house with it full of enemies. Look at the sky. The sky looks like it is changing and the clouds are moving in so fast. But it's not going from like day to night. It's just that the clouds are moving real fast. So when we get near it, that's a checkpoint. We have nothing to buy. We have this over here, which neither gun nor sword right now unlocks that. So definitely probably gonna have to come back to these levels, and I'm starting to see enough things hidden behind levels that there's opening the doorway to a second playthrough of this game, just as a necessity to see most of the things behind those doors.
I remember this place. Who the hell are you?
Conveniently scratched out face.
Sparta. My dad.
Like you see, they're about to attack. I should have missed it. I should have evaded. The evasion on the right bump is a little different from what I'm used to. I would have thought that it should be on the B button. Death Knight. Alright.
You're up next. Tough guy.
So my bullets aren't doing anything. That guy just hit me. Launching him up's not doing anything. Oh, okay, so we see what the deal is. We need to let him attack. Or we can just break his shield, I guess. Oh, that is a nice feature. That's probably something that would only be allowed in some of the easier modes.
What
To
are you
break
trying
shields.
to show me?
But yeah, that definitely solves the problem. Many times I've fought mini bosses and sub bosses with shields, and then it sits there and doesn't ever let me hit it because I can't figure out the pattern or accomplish the pattern.
Hell yeah!
New weapon unlocked, the Arbitrator, a demonic axe whose swings are slow but powerful. YYY trimmer, B. No, YYY is judgment, B is trimmer, then Y for aerial push. There's right trigger or Y or B for arbitrator attacks. So right trigger Y.
Not so tough now.
There we go. So that definitely helps, but it's slow. So my guess, you wouldn't want to just do a bunch of that together. They just sit there. If you hit them enough, but don't do the killing blow, they'll just sit there and eventually regain their health.
Who's there?
This child laughter. Stuff, creepy child laughter. And then abandoned limbo version of your house. So I imagine Sparta is the demon. If Dante is the Nephilim, I imagine his mother is the angel, and Sparta isn't a demon. No, he would be a human if he's a Nephilim. I don't know what you would call a combination of a human and a demon. I don't know what that term would be. So we want this lost soul. And we missed it. And you can't shoot the lost souls. So I suspect since there's one down here, you can't get that one unless you move very fast or in some other way can do like a triple jump. These are kind of hard to get. So I see this red on the floor. I suspect that's going to be like a demon portal that we'll start seeing a lot of. I guess not. And we keep killing these spiders. And I assume they're demon spiders and not just regular spiders. Otherwise I'm just acting as an exterminator. So I'm gonna have to go down here, and this might get us back to the, yep, this is the pathway we had seen before. This is taking us right back to the hallway. It was empty, and like I said, I suspect it was gonna be a situation where we got back to this area and it wouldn't be empty the second time. So, the strategy here is to mostly avoid the powerful until we can get something like that going. Wow. That still takes quite a lot to kill him.
This way, Dante. Okay. Run! Can't catch me.
Dante. Did I hear that right?
So the thought that I am half angel and half demon, I don't know where I'm getting that. It might be true. It would explain why it's called Devil May Cry, is that he's a half demon, but that wouldn't, I don't believe, make him a Nephilim. That's just not how it works. At least in my mind. Okay. Is there anything that makes my arbitrator stronger? Yeah, increased damage for judgment. So as we get more and more more and more weapons, we're gonna need more and more upgrade points. We do have 1,000 red things now, so sure, health cross, we'll buy it. Next one's gonna cost 2,000, so it's gonna double the cost each time. So if it doubles 2,000 for 2, it'll be 4,000 for 3, 8,000 for 4, 16,000 for 5, and 32,000 for the final level 6. And we already went in here. So how do we get here? Smash through glowing red cracks with the arbitrator. Alright. So now we know how to get through those type of doors. We're assuming this is Vergil and Dante playing together, and that they're like brothers. Arbitrator does not go through that, so we know we'll get at least something. Some new weapon. We'll probably get several new weapons. If I get these guys up in the air, they fall down pretty fast. I am taking rather a lot of damage. So it might be a smart move to pull out some shots every now and then to just keep busy. Because I don't feel like I can move that fast. I got to a level S on that.
That was me. I remember this.
So, can he bring things from Limbo?
All war is fought with deception. You have been deceived. Your past has been hidden from you for a reason.
Yes, that's what he said like 5 minutes ago.
Where am I? Am I dreaming?
So, is this not limbo? Is this like paradise, heaven? Or is this inferno, hell? If you're gonna have a limbo and you're talking Dante of Dante's Inferno, then there's Paradiso and the Inferno also. The Opine Demon Pull. Throw out the Opine Whip to grapple enemies or objects and pull them towards Dante. So that is right trigger X. So we have right trigger this, and then it will change it to the arbitrator. But then when I hit X, it does the pull. Interesting. So this game's getting a little bit more puzzly. Just wanted to see if I could actually walk on that staircase. I'm not sure if there's going to be a considerable amount of puzzles. A few collectibles here and there, yes, but I think they're mostly going to focus on fighting scenes like we've seen so far. That time it pulled me instead of pulling it, which is when you have two objects floating in the air, which is not physically possible, and you start pulling, I would imagine they would both equally come towards each other, unless there was some air resistance changing that dynamic. Like if you had two people in a hot air balloon and you were pulling on a rope, I would assume both hot air balloons would just move towards you, move towards the middle, not one move and the other stay stationary. Interesting physics question that the game doesn't really have to worry about, since we are in a floating magical place. So, speaking of things that don't really matter, like when you picked up that shield, I assume that shield also existed in the real world. And so when he goes back to the real world, he'll just have it because he already picked it up. I don't think there really are going to be items that only exist in Limbo and not the real world that you could then carry over and use, although we may find that that's actually wrong, incorrect. So here's these guys that were giving me trouble before. We get them close to us, all of a sudden we don't have that problem. Just even does the whole Mortal Kombat get over here. You have to be somewhat facing him though for it to work. But we can see how this is definitely going to speed up fights now. No longer do I have to try to run towards something. I can just make it come to me if I can aim myself in the right direction. It's hard to think that I missed anything in that area because it was so small. So
What now?
I got it all. Well, if we destroy this demon which is holding this chain, will we not then unleash this guy? It even puts a little logo on top of it to know we're supposed to hit it.
Okay. So what else have you got?
So that looked like that might be his mother. He just saw for a second there. The story is getting kind of good considering where it started. They set a real low par with the story. There is a bed, and I am a child, so I will jump on the bed. Mentally a child. I think these little blue streaks will eventually be something we can hit. I hear a dinging because I have that detector. Let's try this. Kill all the enemies within the time limit. Press back to begin. Right. So we'll do this. There we go. Not bad. Of course, we have to go back to this loading screen. Loading's not too terrible on my SSD. I'll give most of the reason to that because this is an SSD. But you still have to encourage and say they did a good job to make their game compatible with SSDs. I have played games that absolutely, even though they are so old, there would be no reason for a loading screen whatsoever because they didn't program it to take advantage of newer hardware, and the engines that they were programmed on just couldn't take advantage of newer hardware. The load screens are still there for no reason. And they don't get really sped up. A lot of times too, load screens might be doing other things than just loading from a hard drive. Like, instead filling the video RAM to the maximum, which could be a slow process. As you get better video cards with more video RAM, it might actually slow down the loading by having better equipment. In theory.
Sparta! They're here! They're here! They found us!
What the hell happened here?
We've got to get out. Now! Hurry! Come on, quickly!
So, your first instinct would be to run towards her and follow the story. My instinct, of course, is to go the opposite direction. Make sure there's not any collectibles. There's enough collectibles in this game for it to be a fun sidetrack. I could see people playing this trying to get all the collectibles, and then see people playing this trying to speed run, but the score system rewards you for doing both. Who got in here and spray painted that? I can't even read it, it's just a bunch of scribbles. Is it written backwards? Is it magic spell? We're back into the same room. Okay, shielded bathos. Darn it. Still takes too long to shoot those things.
Oh no. Come on. How did they find us?
Wouldn't it be weird if my
I know that
actions
voice.
in the past are actually changing. My actions in the present are affecting what happened in the past. So I'm actually bringing the demons accidentally towards my own mother. I doubt that's what's going on, but that would be interesting, story-wise. Even though I have the guns at max damage, fighting those guys with just hitting X like that is a useless endeavor. It's just not killing them fast enough. This is a game about speed, and right now I'm so low level that I'm not getting the level of speed that I know this game wants and that I would prefer. Another quick save spot. We don't have anything we could really buy, so we had no real reason to get in there. We're not buying weapons. Those will be story related, I imagine. Maybe we'll get some last level stuff that we actually have to buy that are just improvements on things we would be given. Like a last level sword that would do more damage is probably something you might buy through the shop. But alright, so here's his mother, and she has wings.
Is that Mom?
She has his necklace too.
I love you, Dante.
What if it wasn't his mom? What if his mother is actually a demon and he was just raised by an angel? That would explain some stuff. Advanced tip, block breaker. Pull. Use it to open vulnerabilities in enemies. Okay. I think we got kind of already seen that, but yeah, that works well. Bring it on. That just says Eva, but why would the painting say Eva, mother of Dante and Vergil? Well, actually, it very easily could have been labeled that way. And it would have to say biological mother. So when he touched this one, he got like angel powers. When he touched the other one, he got like demon powers. So maybe his father is a demon. We now have the Osiris, and we have some hard rock music playing. I don't know what you call this. It sounds like ska, but I wouldn't be sure. Osiris becomes powered with devil energy when striking enemies, granting bonus things. So how do we use Osiris now? Left trigger and Y. Okay.
Gets better and better.
Osiris has become fully charged and it now deals extra damage to all attacks. So I'm seeing this as more of a ranged type combat where you're trying to do crowd control. It seems a little slower than our sword, but perhaps it's an easier juggle. So it seems like it's slower, but maybe wider range, and seems almost on equal as far as damage as the sword and other things. thought maybe I could get through that. It looked like that might be a secret hidden area. But no. And then just floating dirt.
You! Get after her! Down there! Cover the doors! Move!
And
Get away from me! Get away from me!
seems like your guns are your fast attack. Your sword is your second fastest attack. And the Osiris is the thing you need to open this doorway. But then you still need that. Well, actually I didn't try that. That might actually work. We got that lost soul. We're back to the checkpoint, and now that we have an upgrade, we'll just go to Osiris and see what we can do. Tap and hold B. Increased damage bonus when charged. Well, I'm not seeing any way to increase the damage for karma, so I assume the best thing to do would be to go to feed level 2 for Osiris. And we're increasing the damage, but not really. Not significantly as far as what I see. I think what we'll end up doing is getting better equipment. I do want to kind of unlock all of these abilities just so I might accidentally hit a button that would help. This kicker might be a cool one to get. So, who or whatever controls these limbo areas is a question. I'm wondering maybe if it's just a situation of it's all in his mind, or whoever's minds are in limbo combined. So it's like a subconscious creator of the world. They're throwing a lot at us right now. Left trigger, right trigger, that's quite a combination of things we have to do. Cool. Taking 3 attacks there to take that out. Shoot. Did not mean to do that. Well, that guy is a... Seems like I can go over here fine. Nope, I can't get up this side. Strange. So we must come around later to that. Yeah, this is quite a lot to wrap your head around. Left trigger, right trigger. X does this in left trigger mode, X does this in right trigger mode. And I'm sure expert DmC players can just go back and forth, attack, back, fire, sword, attack, jump, hop, all of that. And do pretty well. I imagine there's really just a swoop up and attack that is the right move to do after you have it upgraded completely, and then they just have to become an expert at that. What's this painting? We don't get to know, so that is the real question. And who is this painting? We don't get to know. And all these paintings are just turned around as if they bought the paintings in expectation of having more family members. This one's missing. Well, I could see a fancy house like this being decorated that way. They go, we bought the frames in bulk, so whenever you have kids, we'll put a picture in the frame. But I imagine if they were gonna do something like that, they would have a tapestry over it and keep the frames in storage or something. Not just have a different picture in the setup. Put some pictures of kitty cats or puppies or something there. What's this gonna do?
A blue rose.
You don't remember me. You don't remember me.
I'd like to see a wormhole like that in a Doctor Who game. I'd like to see a Doctor Who game. Right now, not Disney Infinity, but Lego Dimensions is out, and there is a single mission set around the Doctor Who universe, but it's Lego styles. So now they have a second chain around them that wasn't there before. I can't help but feel like I'm freeing a demon on accident. But I might be freeing an angel. Or it might just be freeing memories. Now we have the Ophion Angel Lift. Throw out the Ophion Whip to grapple enemies or objects and lift Dante towards them. So left trigger X. So instead of pulling, which is what this would have done, and they can't connect to those blue points anyways. Can't chop down this tree, can I? This pulls us towards it. Okay, at least that keeps things somewhat balanced, but it's still quite a lot. It's just more button combinations. You practically can't do anything with just a single button press in this game. It's hold the left trigger, then hit a button, or hit a button 4 times in a row for a combo attack. Okay, so we have to hit it multiple times. There, got that done on the first try. Obviously that, if I messed that up, I would look really bad as a video game player. And since nothing was attacking me, and it was giving me enough time. Alright, so left trigger and X to lift enemies towards me. It didn't bring them to me, it brought me to them. So you could potentially speed run through a level just by pulling yourself towards the goal. Aw man, I messed that one up. I did not realize you have to pull yourself towards the enemy too to make it to the platform. See the enemy there? There we go. If we do this, now I'm in the realm of taking these guys out, and that is way faster. So does the Reaper attack here lose its charge when I switch off of it? Is my question. Do I have to stay on here and just do a lot of attacks to charge it up? Or can I charge it up on easy guys like spiders and then go back to my regular attacks? Lift twice with left trigger and then right trigger with demon pull. Okay, I got that, but that was a little complicated. That was very complicated. It gave me a lot of time to pull off that trick, which is nice. I wonder if we weren't playing on easy mode, if it would have taken away some time. And doing like this won't do anything. It's only gonna respond.
What am I unleashing?
You don't remember me. You don't remember me. You don't remember me.
Is he unleashing the memories of Vergil and Dante? Party prop parry. Hold left trigger and B to preparing ranged projectors back to it. Okay. Ah. So if I can keep an eye on this other guy. So that didn't work. Let's see. This. Now I can hit him. This is kind of hard. So I'm not doing what they want me to do. They want me to parry those bombs back to them. But, and I did do it once, it's just they weren't throwing bombs fast enough for that to be something I could do each time. If we don't wrap up pretty soon, I'm gonna have to end this episode just in the middle of this mission. This mission's going a little longer than what I thought. So conveniently, the father's face is blurred again.
I remember. I remember my mother. Her name was Eva. She gave this to me. I had a brother too. We were a family. I had no idea of the danger we were in. The demons found us. When they broke in, I saw him.
They had several angels
She gave
with
her
them.
life so that we could escape. I will never forget what he did to her.
Well, you can't say that when you
Our
forgot.
father, Sparta, took my brother and I away. He separated us. Hid us safely amongst the humans. Wiped our memories to protect us. That's why it all went black. Until now.
So we're definitely getting the impression here, and I've just seen that trope happen where somebody's face is hidden the whole time. That we're gonna run into him, and it'll be some big surprise. And since we don't know what he looks like, we'll still be surprised. We just kind of are gonna, now in the back of my mind, suspect anybody who is male, basically, as potentially being their father. The way we just saw that scene does indicate, though, that the main bad guy we've seen already can't be the father. Nope, wrong one. Up, nope, screwed that up. You have to jump up, hit this, and then right trigger. Once that's in the order, hit that one. And hit this one.
I'm getting out of here.
This is a little too complicated. This is too complicated for me. Keep running.
Keep going.
So the building's not really falling apart, though. Is it? No.
You're my brother.
Your twin brother. And I've been looking for you for a long time now. Our mother gave these to us.
How can they be twins
think
if
she knew
one's
that
a
this moment
devil
would
and
come,
one's an
that
angel?
we would find each
I
other.
guess if the father's a demon, that's possible.
And our father, Sparta.
Vanished forever.
I don't think
A
technically.
fate worse than death, they say.
I don't think technically you
He's
can
never
do
coming
that.
back.
Genetically speaking, but
I
who
want to know
knows how
more.
demon and angel
Where we
genetics
come
work.
from, what happened to us. And above all, I want to know who's responsible for all this.
This opens the door. Is the girl their sister, or is she going to be the love interest, or is this a whole Star Wars thing where she's both? And we have to wonder about that. So, style points, I got a triple S. Time I got D. I'm going to get a low score on time every single playthrough. Don't worry about that. Items used, deaths used, we get an A. Mission bonus gives us an upgrade point, so we could, let's see, I don't think from this. Now, so this is the screen I'm talking about that breaks the story a little bit. Not terribly, but it does break the story a little bit. It would be kind of nice if the story continues to improve as much as it has from the just kind of awful and silly beginning. If it starts to actually go into a story, there might be a reason why you just want to turn off a lot of the UI elements and play without this happening after each mission. And I'll let's see, I guess I can just go to the main menu right now and we'll check, even though this is taking a while. Let's see. Yeah, not really any settings here that would say you could turn those off. As far as options, vibration and show tutorials. That's the only thing you can turn off the showing tutorial. Now when we select missions here, Devil May Cry on human. So that's why I was confused. I thought there was specifically going to be just 5 missions, and the first one was called Devil May Cry. No, there's the whole game of Devil May Cry on 3 different levels, and then there is a second playthrough with stronger enemies that gets unlocked called Son of Sparta, and then there's a third playthrough where Dante must die, and then there's a different third playthrough where enemies die in one hit, but so does Dante, and then enemies have standard health, but standard Dante dies from one hit. Okay, so this is strange. You have the game, then you have the second playthrough with them stronger, then a third playthrough with them even stronger, and after you beat it the second time on the Son of Sparta mode, you can also play where you die in one hit, just a hardcore mode type stuff, but the enemies die in one hit also, or you can go crazy and then the enemies have standard health, but Dante still dies from one hit, which is probably insane as far as the difficulty. I'm sure there's somebody on YouTube that has a video that has done that. So, anywho, that's gonna be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me, you can click on my name, Rydo. Excuse me. On the right is a blue button that says subscribe, support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media, there's a bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.